Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has declared the late former President Robert Mugabe a national hero. Mugabe died in Singapore on Friday morning, where he was receiving medical attention. The nation has begun official mourning.
A villain to some, and to others, a hero.
Let no one interfere with our processes. Let no one who is negative want to spoil what we are doing for ourselves in order to unite Africa. We belong to this continent. We don't mind having and bearing sanctions banning us from Europe. We are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
The former Zimbabwean president's economy and land policies led to Zimbabwe's economic meltdown after Western powers imposed sanctions against the country. Zimbabwe is still fighting to have those sanctions removed. The incumbent President Emmerson Mnangagwa had to abandon his participation at the World Economic Forum in Cape Town on the second day to rush home to deal with the passing of the veteran leader.
Today, Zimbabwe's land pursues itself a principal grievance of our struggle stands fully and irrevocably addressed and resolved. History will remember him for this bold move. As we mourn the passing on of our commander, liberator, founder and leader, we remain determined to carry forward the transformation he so fervently desired, including protecting and defending the gains of the struggle for which he made huge sacrifices.
Mugabe is expected to be buried at the National Heroes Acre.
We came here as elders to pay our respects and our condolences to the President for the death of President Mugabe. I remember when I came here as President of Ireland in 1994 on a state visit, I was very well received by President Mugabe. Indeed, he even invited me to go in the car with him to his old school.
President Mugabe will be remembered as a freedom fighter. He contributed immensely for freedom of this country. He contributes immensely for the freedom of other people here in the region. Perhaps you are too young, you will not know the role he played for the frontline states and the frontline states to push for freedom in South Africa. Even for what you know today as SADC, he was at the forefront of establishing that body which brings all the countries of the region to work together. And this is a legacy which perhaps we as adults, we have not been able to translate properly to young generations. But some of the institutions you see today were built with his immense contribution. And so he will be always remembered by this. I must say also that the first years of development of Zimbabwe, and we say Zimbabwe was a beacon in this region, particularly in education. Many of you benefited from the policies he championed to make sure that education is available to everyone in this country. But of course, then the young generation only remember the last years where there has been hardship, and we appeal that it's important to have a cool and balanced outlook of his contribution and honoring him. Like the president took the initiative to declare him national hero and to give all the honors of a statesman. We would appeal that it's important to recognize countries have history and history has to be honored.
Sophie, Mokoena, SABC News. Johannesburg.